All right, let's talk about a super powerful, but honestly, really simple way to think about your money. It's called goal based investing. And I'm telling you, it might just change the way you look at your savings forever.
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you ever kind of look at your savings and just feel a little lost? Like you're putting money away, and that's awesome, but what's it really for? Are you actually on the right track? Look, if you've ever felt that way, trust me, you are not alone.
Well, there's a solution that brings some serious clarity to all that uncertainty. And yeah, it's called goal based investing. The idea behind it is so simple, but so effective. Every single dollar you invest gets a specific job, a specific life goal it's working towards. It's all about investing with a real purpose. So, what's the secret sauce here? What makes this strategy so effective? Well, it really just boils down to four core principles. Let's jump in and break them down. Okay, first up, every single dollar gets a job. You're not just saving money, you're saving for a down payment. See the difference? It's specific. Second, and this one is absolutely crucial, you match your whole strategy to your timeline, right? Investing for retirement in 30 years is going to look totally different than saving for a car you need next year. Third, you create separate buckets for each goal. You can think of them like digital envelopes. You got one for the house, one for college, maybe one for that big vacation. It keeps everything so clear. And finally, this whole structure, it becomes your shield against panic. When you can literally see the purpose behind each bucket, you're way less likely to make those emotional, knee-jerk decisions when the market gets a little bumpy. All right, so that all sounds great in theory, doesn't it? But what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's make this real with a few examples. This right here, this really captures the whole idea perfectly. You've got one person in the middle, but look how their money is flowing out into three totally distinct paths. You see retirement, education, a home purchase, and each one has its own timeline, its own strategy. It's just so organized, so clear. That's the power of it. So let's start with the big one, retirement. This is obviously your classic long-term goal, right? We're talking 20, maybe 30 years down the road. And with that much time on your side, you can usually afford to take on a bit more risk to chase higher potential growth. We're talking stocks, growth funds, that kind of thing. Why? Because your portfolio has decades to recover from any of the market's inevitable ups and downs. Okay, next up, let's talk about a child's education. This is a perfect example of a medium-term goal. Maybe it's 10 or 15 years away. Now, since the timeline is shorter, your strategy needs to be a little more balanced. You still want growth, for sure, but probably with less risk than your retirement fund. So this might mean a nice mix of stocks and bonds, and you'd likely make it even more conservative as that first tuition bill gets closer. And finally, let's look at a classic short-term goal, buying a home in, say, 3 to 5 years. Now, this is where the game totally changes. Your top priority is no longer chasing high growth, it's all about protecting what you've already saved. You just can't risk a big market dip right before you need to write that down payment check. So this is where you'd lean on much safer, more stable investments. Think high-yield savings accounts or short-term bonds. And this brings us to what I think is the real magic of goal-based investing. It's not just a financial strategy, it's a psychological one. It completely changes your relationship with money. I mean, just look at the difference here. On one side, you have aimless investing. It's emotional, it's stressful. You're constantly reacting to every scary headline. But on the other side, with a goal-based plan, everything becomes purposeful. It's planned. When you know that your home purchase money is safe and your retirement fund is supposed to ride out the bumps for the long haul, you can just stay calm and stick to the plan. You're not reacting to the noise. When you boil it all down, it really comes back to this one simple, powerful idea. Goals give your money a mission. They give it a why. So the next time you think about your finances, I want you to try something. Don't just ask, how much should I invest? Instead, start by asking, what am I investing for? Because answering that one question, that's the real first step to finding true financial clarity.